President Xi Jinping's last Hong Kong visit was 2 years ago to mark 20 years since the handover of what was a British colony to China. He minced no words then about who was in control.
Any attempt to endanger China's sovereignty and security, challenge the power of central government and the basic law of Hong Kong, or to use Hong Kong to conduct infiltration and sabotage against the mainland is an act that crosses the red line.
But the past 11 weeks of mass protests in Hong Kong seem to cross that red line, the government even calling some of it near terrorism. However, there's been not a single word from Xi himself. Unlike his U.S. counterpart, President Donald Trump, who personally involves himself on topics big and small, including these protests in Hong Kong, President Xi rarely engages on specific issues, focusing more on the big picture. But some say don't confuse the lack of face time as lack of direct involvement on Hong Kong.
I think anything that China will do involving Hong Kong will be a decision directly up to President Xi Jinping and the top leadership very closely at his disposal. He has lots of things to take care of, and Hong Kong probably is just one of them.
One tactic that top Chinese leadership has decided on: misinformation. Twitter and Facebook have taken steps to block hundreds of accounts with ties to the Chinese government. Twitter said the accounts were an orchestrated attempt to undermine the legitimacy and political positions of the protest movement. And through lower-level officials, the government has accused Western nations of meddling. A strong visual warning from Beijing coming several times over the last 2 weeks. Propaganda video of armed police amassing and training in Shenzhen, just across the border from Hong Kong. A not-so-subtle reminder of mainland might. The stakes are high for the central government.
If they can't handle the Hong Kong situation properly, it means a failure for its one country, two systems. It will affect their rule greatly. China wants to unify Taiwan with the same one country, two systems. But if it fails in Hong Kong, it won't work with Taiwan. It's a threat for the future.
All this just 6 weeks before the big celebration marking 70 years since the founding of the People's Republic of China. There'll be a big military parade here in Beijing and a showcase speech by Xi looking into the future. But a simmering situation in Hong Kong could cast a shadow over that future. Scott Heidler, Al Jazeera, Beijing.